All right, let's track back now to our leading stories this afternoon, where the case against wanted fugitive Michael Lomas has been postponed to the 27th of September out at the Kempton Park Magistrates Court on Gauteng's East Rand. For more on this story, we do have with us SABC News reporter Hasina Gori, who was tracing that story for us. Hasina, good afternoon to you. So you were there in the thick of things. Take us through what happened from the time Lomas was processed from the airport. We understand he has appeared in court. Take us through what charges he's currently facing and what generally transpired from that appearance.
Alicia, we were at the Kempton Magistrates Court after we spoke to our viewers when we were at the airport. That's when he was processed, taken through to the Hawks, and the process for now, the legal case then began. So we saw him go to the Kempton Park Magistrates Court. We weren't allowed to go into the courtroom as they were processing him. And what we understand is that he was charged now for the first time. It's his first appearance. He's facing, we believe, 40 counts. These include fraud, corruption, money laundering, as well as the receiving of bribes. That's just some of the charges that he faces. And these emanate from the 2008 to 2018 745 million rand fraud case with regards to the building of Kusile power station. And he is not alone in this matter. He has 4 other co-accused, and they are already running that trial separately, so he's going to join that. But we managed also to speak with Lomas as he left the court. When he was at the airport, he was being moved around on a wheelchair. Here he was being allowed to walk by himself, aided by his legal team. He's wearing a neck brace, and we got to ask him a few questions around his health, because that was a concern. He says that he was treated well, but right now he is not in the best of physical health. He had a neck brace because he's got some neck issues at the moment, but he said that the team that extradited him, which include a medical officer as well as Interpol and South African police services, really took care of him, and they were really gracious at that time. So he has been from what, if I can recap for you, he was arrested in 2021 after South African police and the NPA reached out to Interpol and the United Kingdom and asked them to assist in arresting him. He was arrested. He then was granted bail. He was granted bail of 1.7 million rand. He also gave a surety as well for, I think, 4 billion rand as well. Then the South African legal system was able to win the case, and he was meant to be extradited in 2022. However, Lomas really tried to block that extradition. His last attempt was in August, when the judge finally ruled that despite him saying that he has illnesses and mental health issues and he is suicidal, that he is able to be extradited, and that's what we saw happening today. And his matter will now be remanded to the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court to next month, and that's when he will be in court again, and we'll get more on whether or not he will go through the bail process again, and when the rest of the joining of the cases will take place.
All right, a very quick one, Hasina. Any statement from the Hawks or the NPA at this stage? Do they have a watertight case against Lomas?
So far, we weren't able to speak with both the NPA and the Hawks. They were meant to be at the courtroom, but we weren't able to get any comment at this stage. But from what we understand from the police, that this has been a long, drawn-out investigation that started in 2017 when there was a tip-off given, and they've feel that they've built quite a watertight, as you mentioned, case, that they have enough evidence and that they will be able to prosecute Lomas, but also his other 4 co-accused for that 745 million rand fraud case, which really lost the power utility millions of rands in cost due to that maladministration and corruption that took place with the awarding of the tender of that specific case.
Hasina Gori, thank you so much for your time. That is SABC News reporter Hasina Gori in studio with us on Michael Lomas, extradited back to South Africa and promptly appearing in court all today.